Hello friends, welcome back. Let's start by understanding what is a LangChain and why we should actually learn LangChain. Before we jump into LangChain, let's try to understand framework. Maybe you would like to, maybe you might have come across a word framework many times or in workplace or any gathering or any other place as well. So here is an example that I would like to give you through which you can understand exactly what is a framework. Suppose you came to my office and I give you a task of cutting piece of paper into 10 meter by 10 meter dimension. So what would you do? So you go ahead and cut that piece of paper into 10 meter by 10 meter length, right? So suppose I give 1000 identical piece of paper and ask you to do the same thing. So to cut that particular piece of paper into 10 meter by 10 meter. So now you will come with a framework, right? So that you can save the time. So that is called the framework. In this case, you may create a frame and that frame would be a 10 meter by 10 meter frame and use it for rest of the piece of paper and so that your task get done efficiently. So now we will try to understand what is a software framework. A framework is something like we already discussed on this what is a framework and all these things. Uh, so now we'll discuss about the software framework. It's nothing but that provide a basic functionality which we use by extending it to create a more complex application. It's a simply set of tools given to you which you can modify or you can add a new component as well into that framework. So that's the software framework. So you can see right here some generic functionality, right? So generic functionality, you might have a reusable software's environment. You might also have some libraries which you can end up using. Also, some piece of code you can use to modify according to your need. So let's go ahead to see some example of the framework here. So I have tried to include some of the popular front-end framework as well as some mobile framework. As you can see, Angular framework, React.Js framework, ASP.NET framework, Django framework, React Native framework. So these are the popular framework used by many popular companies like Microsoft, Google, PayPal, and Facebook, and many other companies also use this framework. Now, most important things that you want to understand is next one will be what is a LLM, large language model. What is this large language model? So nowadays what happened? This large language model has gained lot of popularity recently. So let's try to understand what is this large language model. These are just model that were trained on massive amount of data through which they were able to learn pattern and relationship between different component available in it. Basically, language and now it's a LLM are available in market, and you can directly go ahead and use them through API to get our task done, right? So, like translating some one text from one language to another language, analyzing sentiments, and even generating new text out of it, which you cannot find on internet, right? So that can be done on a large language model only. So that's a completely new data because this model are very capable of generating new text out of whatever data they have gone through. So as you can see, there are few applications here where you will be able to search about those topics on internet also. You can summarize given text. You can summarize given text. You can generate whole new set of text. You can also classify things. You can cluster them. Uh, you can rewrite whole sentence and whole bunch of text you have at hand. Also, you can extract some information. there are a lot of use cases are coming into market on this large language model. So now let's now move to next LangChain introduction. So, so moving ahead with the LangChain introduction, like what is a LangChain actually? So because now you are familiar with exactly what is a framework, what is a LLM. Now you will be able to understand LangChain as well. So how do you define this LangChain? Actually, LangChain is an open source framework that facilitates developer with necessary tools that he needs to create an application that are backed by large language model. Earlier, we saw that there are other frameworks as well, but these are not backed by large language model. But this LangChain is a open source framework that is backed by large language model. Okay, so you can consider them as blocks that are helping you to communicate with the different LLMs available in the market also. So by using LangChain, you can that will help you to block that communicate with the different LLMs also available in the market to create a pipeline of particular LLMs, which talks with a different data source and help you to speed up the application development, and which will eventually create some complex projects and some complex applications which involve multiple LLMs and many other libraries also. So this is the high level information about the LangChain. So I hope you guys understood all this detail about the LangChain, LLMs, framework, all these details. So thank you guys. We'll see in the next lecture. Bye.